Most people think the biggest threat to their money is a crash, or inflation, or a bad stock pick. But for many people, the real threat is simpler. It is other people. Not because everyone is evil, but because money changes how people act. It changes what they expect from you. It changes how they judge you. It changes what you feel you should do. And once your money becomes a public topic, your money stops being just math. It becomes social pressure. It becomes guilt. It becomes comparison. It becomes advice you didn't ask for. It becomes a performance. Fast money culture loves this. It pushes you to share everything. Your wins, your goals, your next move, your account screenshots, your big plans. But real wealth is not built by being loud. It is built by being steady. Compounding needs time, and time needs calm decisions. If your emotions get pushed around by social pressure, you will interrupt the process. You will chase at the top. You will panic at the bottom. You will switch plans every month, and then you will wonder why you feel stuck. So this video is about 6 financial secrets you should never share, not because you should be paranoid, because you should be rational. Privacy is not hiding. Privacy is risk control. It is margin of safety for your life. Before we start, here is a simple rule. If sharing something makes it harder for you to make calm decisions later, don't share it. Now, you might ask, how do I know what is safe to share? Use this quick filter. 3 questions. First, does this person need to know? Second, could this information create pressure later? Third, could this information turn into a problem if my situation changes? If the answer is yes to the second or third question, keep it private. You can still talk about money. You just talk about it the smart way. You talk about habits, not numbers. You talk about principles, not positions. You talk about process, not predictions. Now let's get into the first secret. Secret number 1 is your net worth. Do not share your net worth, not your total, not your rough estimate, not your range, not your I'm almost at this number. Because the moment people know your net worth, they start writing stories about you. Some people will think you should pay for things. Some people will think you don't need help. Some people will feel behind and act weird around you. Some people will feel jealous, even if they never say it. Some people will start treating your money like a group, resource, and even if none of that happens, something else happens inside you. You start protecting an image. You start making choices to look successful. You start feeling like you must keep up a standard. That can push you into bigger risks. It can push you into spending to match the number. It can push you into chasing returns to keep the story alive. That is not investing. That is acting. Owners don't act for applause. Owners protect the machine. And your financial life is a machine. It works best when it is quiet. Here is the hidden cost of sharing net worth. It makes it harder to say no. A friend asks for a small loan. A family member asks you to cover something just this one time. A coworker starts making jokes about how you don't need a raise. None of it feels huge in the moment. But it drains your buffer. It drains your focus. It can also damage relationships because money adds tension. So here is a simple boundary line you can use. I don't share numbers, but I'm happy to talk about general ideas. That one sentence protects you without being rude. Now, some people say, but I want accountability. Be careful. Accountability is helpful when the person is wise, kind, and calm. But most people don't hold you accountable. They hold you to an identity, and identity pressure is heavy. A better plan is private accountability, a written plan, a monthly review, a simple tracker. Systems beat social pressure. Now secret number 2. Secret number 2 is your emergency fund and cash buffer. Do not share how much just-in-case money you have, because that money has one job. It protects your decisions. It keeps you from panic selling. It keeps you from forced selling. Forced selling is when life forces you to sell long-term assets at a bad time. That is one of the biggest reasons people lose money over the long run. Not because their investments were always wrong, because their timing was forced. Your cash buffer is what keeps you from being forced. So when you share it, you create a new risk. Other people start to see your buffer as extra. They think you can afford it. They think you'll be fine. They think you have plenty. And then the buffer stops being a safety tool. It turns into a target, not always in a bad way. Sometimes it is just pressure, a request, a guilt trip, a can you help? And again, each request might be small, but small leaks sink big ships. There is also a second risk. When people know you have a buffer, they may push you into risk. They may say, why not go all in? You have backup money. They may push you to chase trends because you can handle it. That is dangerous thinking. Because your buffer is not there to support gambling. Your buffer is there to keep your long-term plan stable. So think of your buffer like a seatbelt. You don't show people your seatbelt and ask for opinions. You just wear it. Here is another boundary line you can use. I keep my finances set up for stability. I don't. Discuss the details. Now let's connect these first two secrets to value investing, because this channel is not only about privacy. It is about building wealth slowly. Slow wealth needs a calm mind. A calm mind needs fewer outside voices, because outside voices do two things. They make you feel behind when markets are hot, and they make you feel scared when markets are cold. Both lead to the same bad result, buying high and selling low. So privacy is not only social, privacy is investing, discipline. Now, let's talk about why these secrets matter more today. Because social media has turned money into content. People post wins. They don't post the risks. They don't post the taxes. They don't post the losses. They don't post the stress. So when you share your numbers, you are joining a game that rewards short-term looking good. But your goal is not to look good. Your goal is to be strong. Strong means you can handle boredom. Strong means you can handle volatility. Strong means you can handle slow progress without switching plans. And that is how compounding becomes real. Now here is a small inner script to use when you feel tempted to share your money story. Say this: quiet is a strategy, because quiet protects your focus. Quiet protects your relationships. Quiet protects your process. And process is what builds wealth. Now, in the next section, we will cover secret number 3 and secret number 4. These are the secrets that create the most problems for investors. We will talk about why you should not share your exact investments, and why you should not share your next move before it is real. We will also build a simple share filter you can use in any conversation, so you never get pushed into a financial decision you don't want. Because the strongest financial life is not the loudest. It is the one that can compound in peace. Now let's talk about secret number 3. Secret number 3 is your exact investments. Do not tell people what you own. Not your stocks, not your crypto, not your top picks, not your next big thing, not even your safe holdings. This sounds strict, but it protects you from 2 traps that ruin investors. Trap 1 is blame. If someone copies you and loses money, they will blame you, even if they chose it, even if they didn't understand it, even if you warned them. Now you have stress, you have guilt, you have conflict, and you may change your plan just to avoid the pressure. Trap 2 is ego. When you talk about your holdings, you start defending them. You start arguing for them. You start wanting to be right in public. And when you need to be right in public, it becomes harder to change your mind in private. That is how people hold bad investments too long. They don't want to admit they were wrong, so they stay stuck. Markets don't care about your pride. Markets don't reward you for being loyal to a bad idea. They reward you for being honest. Value investing is built on honesty. It is built on asking boring questions. What does the business do? How does it make money? Does it have a moat? Is the price fair? What could break it? If you can't answer those questions, you don't have conviction. You have a story. And stories collapse fast in a downturn. So here is a simple owner rule. If you can't explain it like you own the whole business, don't share it like you're certain. Now, some people will say, but I want to help my friends. Helping is good, but helping is not giving tickers. A better kind of help is teaching principles. Teach someone to avoid FOMO. Teach someone to build a buffer. Teach someone to think in years, not days. Teach someone that price and value are not the same. Those lessons protect them. A stock tip does not. Here is a boundary line you can use. I don't share specific investments. I can share how I think. That line keeps you out of drama. Now, let's talk about what happens when you ignore this rule. You tell someone what you bought. If it goes up, they think you are a genius. They ask for more. Now you feel pressure to keep being right. If it goes down, they get scared. They blame you. Now you feel pressure to fix it. Both paths push you into emotional decisions, and emotional decisions are the enemy of compounding. So if you want your money to grow quietly, keep your holdings quiet. Now secret number 4. Secret number 4 is your next move. Don't announce your next move before it is done. This includes big purchases, a job change, a new business idea, a major investing plan, a move to a new city, even a big savings goal. Because when you announce a move early, you invite opinions. Some opinions are fear. They tell you all the reasons it won't work. Other opinions are hype. They tell you to go bigger, faster, riskier. Both are noise, and noise makes you rush or freeze. A good plan needs quiet time. It needs space to think. It needs time to test. It needs time to grow roots. When you tell the room too early, the room starts voting. And most people in the room are not living your life. They don't know your real costs. They don't know your risk level. They don't know your stress limits. They only know how your plan makes them feel. And feelings are not a plan. So here is the simple rule. Don't share your plan. Share your results. That doesn't mean you never talk to anyone. It means you pick 1 or 2 trusted people who are calm, private, and wise. You don't share with the crowd, because crowds don't protect your future. They protect the story. Now here is a boundary line you can use. I'm working on something. I'll share more when it's finished. That is polite. That is clear. That is strong. Now let's connect this to investor psychology. Markets reward patience, but people punish patience. If you tell people you are waiting for a better price, they may call you scared. If you tell people you're holding cash, they may call you foolish. If you tell people you're not buying the hot thing, they may call you behind. That social pressure can push you into bad timing. So keep your next move private until it is real. Now, secret number 5 is one that creates trouble in many families and friend groups. Secret number 5 is your income. Do not share your salary, your bonus, or your monthly income details. This is not because income is shameful. It is because income becomes a label. Once people know it, they start using it. Some will judge you for earning too much. Some will judge you for earning too little. Some will expect you to pay more for group things. Some will bring you requests that sound small but add up. And some will compare themselves to you and carry quiet resentment, even if you did nothing wrong. And again, something else happens inside you. If you feel judged for your income, you may try to prove yourself. You may spend more to look successful. You may take risks to level up fast. You may chase short-term wins. That is the identity trap. It is how high earners stay broke. Because the money comes in and goes out, so the rule is simple. Protect your privacy so you can protect your values. Values are what build wealth slowly, not attention. Now, you might be thinking, but talking about salary helps people negotiate. That can be true in some settings. But this video is about what you share in your personal life, with family, friends, and social circles. In those places, sharing income often creates pressure, not progress. If you want to help someone, share negotiation ideas, share skills, share how to keep lifestyle creep under control, but keep your number private. Here is a boundary line. I don't discuss my pay, but I'm happy to share what helped me improve my skills. Now, let's pause and see the pattern. Secret 1 was net worth. Secret 2 was your cash buffer. Secret 3 was your holdings. Secret 4 was your next move. Secret 5 was your income. All of these secrets protect the same thing, your ability to make calm decisions. Ability is your real edge, because markets are emotional, people are emotional, and your job is to stay rational. Now here is a quick tool you can use anytime someone asks you a money question you don't want to answer. It is called the bridge answer. You do 3 things. First, you don't give the number. Second, you give a principle. Third, you change the topic to action. Here is an example. Someone says, "How much do you have saved?" You say, "I don't share numbers, but I try to keep a buffer and invest consistently. What helped me most was tracking my spending and saving automatically." That is a bridge answer. It protects you and still helps them. Now, there is one more secret left, and it is the one people ignore because they think it is only about safety, but it is also about calm. Because if the wrong person has access to your financial details, you can lose more than money. You can lose time, and time is what compounding needs most. In the next section, we will cover secret Number 6. We will also tie all 6 secrets into one simple privacy checklist you can follow, so you can protect your wealth, protect your relationships, and protect your peace. Because quiet money is not weak money. Quiet money is focused money. Now let's talk about the 6th secret. Secret number 6 is your passwords, access, and how your money is set up. This includes things like who can access your accounts, where your important documents are, who is listed as a beneficiary, who knows, your backup codes, who has access to your phone, your email, and your financial apps. Most people think this secret is only about safety, but it is also about peace. Because if the wrong person can reach your money, you can lose more than cash. You can lose time, you can lose sleep, you can lose years of progress to one mistake. And time is the main ingredient in compounding. So this secret is not about being dramatic. It is about being careful with what controls your financial life. Here is the simple rule. Only trusted people should know how your system works, not your friends, not co-workers, not casual family members, not people who just want to learn. Because many problems don't come from crime, they come from loose access, a shared password, a phone left unlocked, a link clicked by mistake, a person you trusted who later changes, a bad moment. So keep your access details private. Now, I want to talk about something deeper. Why does privacy matter so much for investing and wealth? Because privacy protects your process, and process is what makes money grow slowly. A calm process looks like this. You invest consistently. You avoid hype. You buy only what you understand. You demand a margin of safety. You stay calm when prices swing. You don't panic sell. You don't chase. That is the long game. But the long game is easy to ruin, not only by markets, by people. When other people know your numbers, you get pressure. When other people know your holdings, you get opinions. When other people know your next move, you get noise. When other people know your access, you get risk. So privacy is not only about protection. Privacy is about staying steady. Now let's put all 6 secrets together. Here are the 6 financial secrets you should not share. 1. Your net worth. 2. Your cash buffer and emergency fund. 3. Your exact investments and positions. 4. Your next move before it is done. 5. Your salary and income details in personal circles. 6. Your account access and how your money is set up. Now, some people will hear this and think it means never talk about money. That is not the point. The point is to talk about money the right way. Talk about habits. Talk about principles. Talk about mistakes you learned from. Talk about the boring things that work. But don't hand out the details that create pressure and risk. Now I want to give you a simple privacy checklist. You can use it anytime you wonder if you should share something. I call it the quiet wealth checklist. Before you share, ask these 5 questions. 1. Does this person need to know? 2. Can this information create pressure on me later? 3. Can this information change how people treat me? 4. If my situation changes, could this information cause problems? 5. Will sharing this make my future decisions harder? If the answer is yes to 2 or more, don't share. Keep it private. Now, what do you say when someone asks? Because this is where people freeze. They don't want to be rude. They don't want to look secretive. So they answer. Then they regret it. So here are a few calm lines you can use. If someone asks your net worth, I don't share numbers, but I'm focused on long-term stability. If someone asks your income, I keep pay private, but I'm happy to share what helped me grow my skills. If someone asks what you're investing in, I don't share specific holdings, but I can share the rules I follow. If someone asks about your next move, I'm still working on it. I'll share after it's done. If someone asks for your login help or account details, I keep access private for safety. Let's handle it another way. These lines are simple, and simple is good. Now let's talk about the biggest mistake people make after learning this. They become loud about being quiet. They start announcing, I don't tell anyone anything. That becomes a new identity. And identity can also be a trap. The goal is not to look private. The goal is to protect your peace and your process. So do it quietly. Now let's tie this back to value investing and psychology one last time. The market is a machine that tests your emotions. It tests your patience. It tests your ego. It tests your fear. And social pressure makes those tests harder. When you are watching your money every day, you become emotional. When you are talking about your money every day, you become performative. Performance investing is dangerous because it pushes you to act for other people, not for your future. So here is the final mindset. You are not building wealth to impress anyone. You are building wealth to buy freedom. Freedom to choose. Freedom to wait. Freedom to say no. Freedom to stay calm when others panic. That freedom is not built by sharing more. It is built by protecting more. Now, here is one final rule to remember. If you want your money to compound, protect the environment it grows in. A plant grows best in steady conditions. Too much heat hurts it. Too much noise hurts it. Too much handling hurts it. Your financial life is the same. The best growth often happens when you are quiet, consistent, and patient. So keep your numbers private. Keep your process clear. Keep your attention protected. And let your money do what it does best when you stop interrupting it.